everybody. I am Emily McQuiggan. I am the teen programmer and STEM coordinator at the Frederickson Library and the Kunkel Creation Station. And today I'm just going to do a little walkthrough with you through the website Scratch. So some of you might remember we've used Scratch before in the Kunkel Creation Station. Usually we use it with the Makeys. So we have done making monsters with them. We've made instruments. Some of you might remember a banana piano from last summer. So I'm going to show you a little bit about Scratch. And now you do not have to have a Makey to use Scratch. You do not need to have any extra tools. Scratch is completely free. You just need to make an email that you can log on with to save your work. So you can see the website is scratch.mit.edu. And this is your homepage. So here you can see updates from Scratchers that you'll follow. So if you find people whose work you really like, or if you have friends who use Scratch, you can follow them. And then their projects that they make public will show up right here. Over here we have the news from the Scratch team. And there's all kinds of featured projects and featured studios. So the first place we're going to go is Ideas. So we're going to click up here on this tab. And now this is where you're going to want to go first. This is a great resource when you're learning how to use Scratch. They have tutorials for all different kinds of things. You can see they have getting started tutorials. They have all kinds of things for making games, making music, creating stories, all kinds of really fun tutorials. So I highly recommend, if this is early in you learning how to code or learning how to use Scratch, definitely check that out. It's going to give you a good idea of how Scratch works. So the next tab we're going to try out is the Explore tab. So here you can see all different kinds of projects that other people have been working on. You can sort this by projects or by studios, and then over here you can search by trending, popular, or recent. So right now we're looking at trending. And then here you can look for the type of project that it is. There's different kinds of animations, art, games, music, stories, and tutorials that people have made. So once you've done all the tutorials on the Ideas tab, if you want to see what tutorials other people have made, you can click here and it will give you other kinds. So here you can see some of the popular ones right now. You see some people have recreated Super Mario. There's a Would You Rather game, and all kinds of fun stuff that you can click on. So that's how that tab works. And then over here, Create. This is where you're going to create your own project. So if you feel like just playing with it without doing a tutorial, if you just want to dive right in, or if you feel like you already kind of have a good grasp on how Scratch works, you can go right here to the Create tab. You'll see on the left hand side here all these different colors. These are the different kinds of blocks, and you'll see you can just drag the blocks over to your workspace here in the middle, and then if you click on it, you'll see our little sprite over here moves. So you can see there's all different kinds of blocks that you can make your character think about. There's different sounds. You can also, on this button down here, the Add Extension, this is what we do when we use the Makeys. You can add musical instruments. This is where you would add the video sensing. Text-to-speech, so some of you might remember we did this with the monsters that we made in October. You can type in a word and make your character say it. If you have your own Makey at home, this is what you're going to click on to use that. And yeah, so those are some options for things that you can add. So I'll just add the music, so you can see what that looks like. So you'll see it'll just create a different set of blocks down at the bottom. So we'll just click this one. So now, when I'm ready, I can just click this, and you'll see all three of those things will happen. We'll move, it'll think, and it'll play the snare drum. So you can play around with that, see what you can make your character do. You can move this guy around, add different sprites, change your backgrounds, all different kinds of things you can do with Scratch. When you're done, you always want to save your project. So we're just going to save this as example. And we'll just hit share. And you'll see this is the page where you're going to add it to the studio. You can let people comment on it if you want, but you don't have to. And you can share links for it. So that's a little bit of how Scratch works. So I would love to see any Scratch projects that you come up with. If you would like, I can follow you on Scratch, and then you'll show up in my little what Scratchers I follow show up right here. So if you want, you're welcome to email me or leave a comment with your Scratch name and I will follow you. And I hope you're all having a great week, and I hope you have a great weekend. So I will see you later.